I went to Sheridan College. So I went there for their game design program, and theirs was a 4-year degree. So having those 4 years and getting a full degree out of it was a big piece. They also had like a really good reputation, and I went to their campus, and it seemed really nice, and it also wasn't super far from Waterloo. So all those things combined kind of made it my favorite choice out of like all my post-secondary options. Not really, no. I always kind of assumed I'd go to university. I was always like an academic in high school. I always like was grinding for the grades and stuff, so I just assumed I'd go to university. But because like I had the mindset of like there's university and then there's college, but that's not really the case. They're kind of like two different things versus like one's better than the other. And so yeah, originally I was thinking more university, but I am kind of glad I chose college because especially for something like game design, it's way more hands-on. And there's a lot more practical assignments. There's a lot less essays and just tests and a lot more of projects. And that's really what matters like in the games industry for getting a job. So going from like grade 12 to first year, for me that was during COVID, and so that the change wasn't drastic during then. I think because I was used to, well, I guess I was used to doing online classes by the tail end of grade 12, and so then when I pivoted to first year, it really was kind of the same old. Although you do get a lot more freedom, and that's something I really appreciated, is often teachers will just kind of give you like 3 or 4 major assignments, and it's up to you to budget your own time to get that done. So I think time management is more important. And I think that definitely bit me in first year, but then after that, I kind of got my system down. I'm like, all right, got to get my stuff together. And from there, I was able to make it work a lot better. So time management was the biggest change, I would say, out of all of them. At least going in for like my first year.
Okay. And then what?
I was in Sheridan's game design program. It's a 4-year program, and it's for kind of like getting into the games industry. There's a lot of kind of paths you can take it afterwards. You can be like a game designer or a level designer. That's like the main pathways that they kind of advertise. But there's also programmers and artists who come out of the program too. So for mine, because game design is kind of like it's a really unique field. Um, the first couple of years focused very much on design theory. So kind of design as a practice. How do you make something that doesn't not only like functions for the user, but also how do you make it like enjoyable to use? So if you have a door handle, you could just have like a handle and that works, but someone might get confused. Do I push it? Do I pull it? So how do you like signify usability wise that it has to be pulled or it has to be pushed? So a lot of theory behind usability and design. And then the other half was also just dabbling in like every single piece of computer and game design. So that's programming, that's narrative design, that's 3D art, 2D art, sound design, really every kind of field. And then the third and fourth year, that's when you really specialize. And so in third year, then you can really kind of like pick the classes you want to focus on. And then fourth year, you actually just do one project for the full year. So that's kind of like what my program entails, kind of the different focuses within it. Um, I think just for the variety. In high school, I was like I was like an arts kid. I was a tech kid. I was a computer kid. I love computer science. I love comtech. I love drama. I love music. And I didn't really know where to take any of that because it's there a lot of career paths will get like one of those, but I wanted like to have more than one of them. And I also didn't know which was my favorite at the time, and so I kind of wanted to have more time to figure that out. And so game design, I've always liked playing video games. That's one part of it. But also, I really like all the pieces of game design. I like doing digital art. I like programming. I like music. I like theater. And so being able to combine all of those into one discipline, that was really appealing for me coming out of high school. And so that's kind of why I chose game design. I think so. Yeah, I really recommend it. If game design is something you're interested in, I think it is an amazing program to choose. It's 4 years, so you really get a thorough education. It's also they really emphasize teamwork and group projects, which may make some people groan at first because group work isn't always someone's favorite. But the plus side of that is that like any game in the industry is going to be made by a team. Like you're not going to have a solo game unless it's an indie game, and that's rare. And so by having 4 years of group work, you really learn to work well with those around you, and you learn, kind of how to accommodate others, and then also how to express your own needs in a group. Those are all really important skills. It's also just like the vibes, I guess, were amazing in the program too. I made a ton of great friends. Everyone is super nice. The profs are super awesome. So I think the 4 years, the connections you make in there, and also just the wide range of skills you get to work on were like those are definitely the key highlights. And so I'd recommend it for if you're in high school and you love computers, you love music, you love the arts, and you don't know where to take it. Game design is a really cool pathway that not many people know kind of is an avenue you can take. I've actually just graduated this past April, so I'm just kind of fresh on that path. So currently, what I'm doing is I'm working at the University of Waterloo as an activity leader for their kind of community summer camps for engineering outreach. So basically, what I do is I travel to schools and community centers across UW, and I run across Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, running workshops to teach engineering and STEM fields to kids through fun activities. And so that's what I'm currently doing. I'm also currently applying to game design and level design kind of field to jobs right now. And so I'm hoping that by the end of the summer, I can have one of those lined up. Long term, I'm hoping to try out like either game design, level design, that kind of direction. Or I really like teaching. Like I've done a bunch of like summer camps and stuff. And so I'm considering doing like teachers college afterwards and being like a comtech teacher. So those are the two avenues I'm kind of considering right now. Be open I think be open to chatting with others. Step outside your comfort zone. I know, like, especially coming out of COVID, like I was pretty boxed in during the first and second year, but then when I got to like start chatting with people in third year, fourth year, and I made a ton of friends. I got to try a ton of stuff that like I never would have otherwise. So be open to new experiences and step outside your comfort zone, try new things. That's the biggest thing, because people like there is a lot of kind of perception in the media that college is going to be like this crazy party every night kind of experience, but it really is what you make of it. If you never talk to anyone and you stay inside your bubble, you're likely just going to be studying your whole time. And for some people that's their comfort zone, for some people that's like a nightmare. On the flip side, if you just spend the whole time chatting with others and you don't focus on your work, then you're going to be like constantly crunched by deadlines. And so really just finding that balance, finding what works for you, and being open to new experiences, talking to new people. That's the most I can recommend for any program, because that's what's going to help give you like the fullest college experience. Because I'm sure like high school as well, 4 years is not much. It will go by in a second and it's going to be over. So make of it what you can, because it's going to be, yeah, it's you get out of it what you put in.